Hey guys, it's Lil. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have very fair skin. I know, you'd never know if I didn't say anything, but having very fair skin makes it really hard to find a good foundation shade match. In addition to being very fair, I have very neutral undertones. So what that means is if a foundation skews more warm, I turn orange. And if it's cooler toned, I turn pink. So I have been trying for my entire makeup wearing life to find a good shade match. So to help you guys out, I've put together a list of my favorite foundations ranging from drugstore brands to high-end, dewy finishes to matte finishes, light, medium, full coverage, everything in between. So if you guys have seen me before, welcome back. If you are interested in seeing me do things on a regular basis, go ahead and subscribe and also ring the bell so that you don't miss out on any new videos. Let's get started. We will start off with the drugstore options. First up on my list is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This is in the shade Alabaster. I would call this like a demi-matte finish. Comes with a little pump applicator. This is buildable, high, medium to full coverage. So the best thing about this foundation is it cost me like $3. For the quality, for the amount of coverage that this foundation provides, that's an incredible deal to me. I will reach for this foundation on a night out. It builds beautifully. It doesn't sink into fine lines. It has beautiful staying power. I have a lot of smaller acne scars on my skin, and this is one of the few foundations that I've tried that the foundation does not sink into those scars. That for me is a win. I'm trying to swatch this well. It's not going very well, so you'll have to excuse that. The next drugstore foundation on my list is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation in the shade Creamy Natural. I am kind of new to the world of dewy, radiant foundation. The reason for that is I used to have very, very oily skin. Now my skin is more combo leaning dry. So I finally dipped my toe into the waters of dewy foundations. And if you're looking for something like that, this is a fantastic bargain. It costs like $10 at the drugstore and it has fantastic staying power. It is listed as a radiant finish with, it's dripping. You can wear it up to 24 hours. It is medium coverage, but I think you can build it up to full. And it has an air-light texture. I would definitely say that because if you open this and you hold it just down like this, it starts to drip. Shake it up. The one thing about this foundation that I do want to mention, if you are someone that's prone to breakouts, maybe try to test this out a little bit first before you put it all over your entire face. The final drugstore foundation on my list is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. This is in the shade Classic Ivory. A lot of people's first foundations were like CoverGirl foundations. This one has the lasting power of a primer, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one, shine free. So if you're looking for a very matte finish, this is a great choice. The coverage on this is beautiful and it's from the drugstore. I really love drugstore products because they're where I first started buying makeup. I started using drugstore makeup when I was in junior high. I am always going to be a fan of a good bargain, especially if it works as beautifully as some of the higher end options. I think there is absolutely no reason to go broke over makeup. The next item on my list is a BB cream rather than a foundation. Sometimes you just want something a little lighter. Hear me shaking it right now. So this is the Clinique Acne Solutions BB cream in the shade Light. This is the lightest shade that they offer. So I would say this is a very light to medium coverage. It's buildable. This one, they recommend specifically that you apply it to your face in a tapping motion rather than using a brush like the rest of these foundations. I would use a brush. So the applicator looks like this, and you would just drop a couple drops onto your skin and pat, pat, pat. This is definitely the lightest coverage, especially compared to the rest of these. This is a great choice if you don't love wearing heavier foundation, if you just need a little bit of redness coverage. This is fantastic. It is also specially formulated for acne-prone skin. Me. It is oil-free. I see this all the time at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. So if you're looking to get it a little cheaper than you would at maybe Sephora or Ulta, I would check out one of those places first. Now we're on to the expensive stuff. The next I have is actually the only stick foundation that I own. And I'm going to be swatching with my opposite hand now, so wish me luck. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills stick foundation in the shade Warm Ivory. I've got tiny little wrists, so I don't have a whole lot of room to swatch. I would say this is a demi-matte finish with medium coverage, buildable to full. This is pretty blendable, but if you do want to build it up, you just have to be a little bit patient just to make sure you layer it enough times to get the coverage that you want. But it is very customizable. Next up we have a cult favorite. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream in the lightest shade, which is called Fair. You can look at this in the tube and kind of see the struggle a little bit. This is the lightest shade that they make. Luckily, it works for me. I wore this all throughout my vacation last year in Mexico. I wore it on a day where we went kayaking, then we spent all day at the beach, and then we went out to a late night dinner. It did not fade, it did not slide off, it didn't get super oily, it stayed on beautifully, it is extremely buildable. So whether you want just a little bit of coverage to even out redness, or you want like a full coverage moment, this is good stuff. There is a reason that people love it so much. Plus, it has SPF 50 plus. So I would imagine that means it's better than SPF 50. The next foundation on my list is the Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Wear. So this foundation advertises up to 24-hour color, wear, and comfort, and is transfer resistant. This is in the shade 130 Ivory Neutral. So this is, I would say, just a hint darker than my natural color, so I do like to wear it in the summer when I'm a little more tan. I fell in love with this foundation the first time that I tried it on. It just wears beautifully. It's so comfortable. It has great medium high to full buildable coverage. It's so comfortable to wear. It doesn't feel like I've caked makeup onto my face like some foundations do. I found this product when I was wandering aimlessly in Sephora, you know, as one does, looking for a higher end full coverage foundation, and I love this stuff. It's great. If you're looking for a great full coverage higher end foundation, this is a fantastic choice. I saved the best for last. This is kind of a newer product still, and it has gotten quite a bit of attention. I love it so much. It's my favorite. This is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation in the shade 130 Opal, which is a neutral ivory. So that's kind of my jam. I love this so much. I will continue to repurchase this, even though it's not the cheapest thing in the world, because it just works. It is a medium buildable coverage with a beautiful skin-like finish. Honestly, this is my favorite finish of any foundation ever. It doesn't settle into fine lines, it doesn't crease, it doesn't slough off at the end of the day. And the shade match for me is almost perfect. It's almost the best shade match I've ever found, ever, anywhere. I am to the point where I'm almost hesitant to even swatch any of this because I don't want to waste it. That's how much I love it. It doesn't even feel like wearing makeup. It's so light, it's so breathable, it's so comfortable. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Can you tell that I love it? This is a wonderful everyday foundation. I would wear this grocery shopping. I'd wear it to work. I'd wear it to walk my dog. I'd wear it to walk around my house. It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
If you haven't tried it, when we can go out in public again, go get a little sample of it from Sephora and just try it out, and it'll change your life, probably, because it did for me. That is all the foundations, but we do have one more thing. If you have very fair skin and you struggle with redness like I do, and you hate wearing foundation, there is actually something for you in this video. So a couple years ago, I discovered this. This is the Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. This neutralizes redness and protects skin, also improves skin appearance to be vibrant. So basically what this does is, if you've ever used a green color correcting pigment underneath your makeup to neutralize redness, this is essentially that, except it's skincare. You open this up, and this is actually a little green cream, a very pale green cream. Take a little bit of this and you apply it to your skin, and what it actually does is it adjusts to your skin tone. We're gonna give it a minute, but basically what happens is once it adjusts to your skin tone, it gets rid of any redness in your skin. It is also SPF 30. So if all you want to do is just get rid of a little redness, but you need sun protection too, just put this on. Last time that we moved, I just put a couple dots of this on my face and it stayed redness free all day. I was lifting heavy boxes, I was sweating, we were moving back and forth, I was dropping things, it was stressful up and down stairs, and my skin did not get red. That's pretty amazing. I've recommended this to some of my other friends and they tell me that it is their new favorite thing. So if you've been looking for something like that and you're not really a fan of foundation, check it out. So you can see this is dried down quite a bit. So obviously I put a lot on. Once you rub it in, it's wonderful. And my skin looks very glowy right here too. There you have it. I hope that this list has helped you maybe find your next favorite foundation, or at the very least it was somewhat informative. If there are any foundations that you think I should check out, please leave them in the comments below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that I will see you in the next video. Bye!